What's up?
What up, fellas?
What's happening? What's happening, man? What's going? What's good with you? What's good? What's
Well,
good?
everything's good, man.
Oh, that's
It's been a
good,
good
man. That's
Sunday.
good. That's good. That's good. Hey, did you finish the movie?
No, I didn't start it. And
No,
Okay.
when I was,
What's
yeah,
happening?
it was-
I didn't know if you started it yet or
What
finished.
movie?
no, I'm gonna do it after the show. Werewolf at Midnight.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
I did watch the finale of She-Hulk last night.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved it, man. I'm telling you, it was fun. It was the comic, so I'm fine with that.
It was yeah.
I'm fine with that. It's the comic.
I mean,
Whew.
I enjoyed it for what it was. It was definitely a curveball.
Yeah.
Not what I was expecting. But I actually found it kind of clever what they did.
Yes,
Um,
I agree.
Be very vague because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But yeah, it was not it. They definitely broke the fourth wall, which was what she was all about. And it was very clever. It had very interesting ideas, very interesting nods. I felt like it spoke for the fans.
Yeah.
Kind of like some of the concerns that we have had with the way the series was going and stuff like that. Like, yeah, we hear you, we know, we're gonna fix it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It. Like I said, I'm loving the fact that every thing that Marvel's coming out with has its own stamp. Like, I don't think people really realize that because I think there's people complaining, well, this is just not like the last phase. And well, if it was exactly like it, it'd be boring as shit, man.
And those are those are the exact same people that complain that everything's cookie cutter for Marvel, that everything's the same thing.
Yeah.
Very formulaic.
When it's not. It's completely not.
No.
You can't.
And then when they go out and do something different, people still complain. So it's like,
they do.
Well, what do you want?
It's like, how do
You can't make everybody happy.
How do you compare Moon Knight to Hawkeye to She-Hulk? They're completely different shows.
Yeah.
All the way. WandaVision.
As they should be.
Yeah. If every show was like Falcon and Winter Soldier, it'd just be wash and repeat, wash and repeat, wash and repeat, wash and repeat. But no, every show is unique as every character is. They all have their own thing, man.
For what the finale was, it is what it was, and it was also a bold decision on how they presented it, which is fine.
Yeah.
Not to spoil anything, I guess I could say the one real complaint I had, and I guess it's because Netflix portrayed version of Daredevil was amazing. It was amazing. And it showed how much of a badass Daredevil can be through that Netflix show. And I get that She-Hulk was more of a comedic act, which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. I just felt like you introduced Daredevil and you made him sort of a joke in some sense. And I didn't really like that. Yeah, I really didn't like that. I like the homage they paid to the hallway scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't like that. I would have been more happier if they would have let him finish the hallway scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's one thing.
Let me say this, because this is just coming from a long-time comic book collector or whatever. That Daredevil that we're seeing now is pre-Frank Miller Daredevil. Just putting it out there. That's the Daredevil that was, I think he was like that all the way up to the death of Elektra by Bullseye. The Daredevil we're seeing now is the Daredevil that was there for over 180 issues. That's the Daredevil we're getting now.
Was that the red and yellow Matt Murdock?
No, well, he was originally like that, but I think on the fourth issue when he fought Submariner, he got his red costume, but from so he only had the yellow and red for 3 issues in the old school shit. Then he got his red we know in the fourth issue of his comic book. But that Daredevil personality of Matt Murdock and Daredevil, whimsical, being kind of mischievous, the devil kind of just joke. He's more comedic. That's the Daredevil that was there all the way until Elektra got killed. It wasn't until Elektra got killed when Frank Miller was writing that he then became more like the Netflix Daredevil. So what Marvel's doing is they're doing it in reverse order, because if you remember in the Netflix series, at the end of the third season, he I guess, pun intended, he washed all his sins away. He finally got his life back. And so now he's that Matt Murdock that has
excuse me.
He's excited and happy and cheerful and hopeful after going through everything he went through those first 3 seasons. So to me, it's the perfect iteration of Daredevil, because this is the Daredevil that I want to see teaming up with Spider-Man. This is the Daredevil I want to see team up with Captain. Well,
no. I agree with that, like 100%. I just feel like, from an introductory standpoint of how they introduced him in She-Hulk, I think his character should have been a little more serious in the initial interaction with She-Hulk, at least the very first portion of it. It could have been the rest of the way after, and I wouldn't have had like any type of. It's not a real issue. I just feel like the introduction of it should have been.
And I get it because it's jarring. It's jarring for people who aren't that familiar with that old school Daredevil post Frank or pre Frank Miller. Yeah. But
exactly, because I'm one of those people. When you broke it down like that, I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. But like you said, that initial jarring is like, how did we go from this to this?
Right. If he would have been brooding, then they would have had to write themselves out. Like they're assuming that you already saw the last season of the Netflix. It's technically not canon, but it technically is. It's still canon. So they're saying, okay, there's been some months, there's been some time. He's done some healing. He's better. Now he's the Daredevil. And I think they demonstrated it too, even how he moved. His movements were much more fluid, acrobatic, and whimsical than they were before, because he's on a high note. Now, this is what's beautiful about it. I love it like this because we now know that Kingpin is out there, right? He's coming back with Echo.
Yep.
Shit's gonna go down. We are going to see Matt go from hopeful, happy, and excited, probably dating Jen, doing whatever, to Kingpin coming in and annihilating his world again. And he's going to be, now they got an opportunity to put him through some paces where by the time they're done with his show, I don't know how many shows or seasons they're going to do, but by the time they're done with it, he's going to be in a darker place than Peter was at the end of No Way Home. Because Matt has never been, the thing with Matt, he's not Peter. Peter's always had that focus because of Aunt May, because of Uncle Ben, because of that responsibility thing. Matt really only has his focus because of his faith. And as we all know, faith can be quavering. It can be shaky. It can be something where you're questioning your own, what your moves are. And that's what's going to happen when Kingpin comes along. It's going to take him from this good, excited mood and everything's good to him being all kind of, who knows, man, how dark it could get once Kingpin, because I think he thinks Kingpin is done, man. I don't think he knows all the shit that's happening simultaneously with Hawkeye and stuff, because I'm pretty sure and watch when Echo runs into him, she's going to be like, I took him out, and then, but we know he's not dead, and he's going to be like, he's back? Oh, shit. I thought he was done. I thought I finished that dude. I thought he was done. But it's Kingpin. So, and when he knows that Matt's out here happy, exciting, living his best life, his objective is going to be to destroy Matt Murdock, dude. So it's going to get pretty intense. So I'm excited to see how it's gonna go down. Nick Robb said, "Catholic guilt versus guilt." Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what's going on, man. That's pretty much what's going on. We got Terrell.
What's going on?
Host
What's
the
up,
Big Car
Terrell?
last week was in the house. We got Toy Addict,
Wappa.
Wakanda Forever. Yeah, man, it's coming, man. Samurai got something for you, Blitz.
It is what it is. I guess baseball
Right.
is that unpredictable.
That's true.
I'm how you say? I am a diehard Mets fan, but I am also an MLB fan, and I can honestly say and this is in general, what the Guardians are doing right now is inspiring when it comes to MLB.
Okay.
So I
agree.
It's been a long time coming for them with the name change and just going through players.
True.
I still don't like the Padres, but whatever.
Right, exactly.
Kudos to them for making it as far as they did. They took out the number 1 seed. They took out the top prediction team for the World Series, which was the Mets. So it's always next year. It's always next year.
It's
Go Sports.
Melissa says, I'm excited too. I've been waiting for Daredevil to come back. Man, it's going to be a great run, man.
Yeah.
Isn't he? I don't know. Blitz could probably say this, but ain't he going to have like 18 episodes or something? Ain't going to have a shit ton his first.
So his season is confirmed for 18 episodes or 16 episodes, I believe.
That's
nice.
Nuts.
And I think that's amazing because we've been blessed with all these Marvel series that comes out. Like Thor says, we've been blessed. Like we're eating good.
Yep.
We are.
But almost all of them have been only like a few episodes, 6 to 8 episodes.
That's
right. This is going to be the first one where we're going to get double that. And it's like, you guys are planning something big if you guys are going to do 18 episodes.
Yeah.
And what 16, even 16.
Oh, I know. And what I love about it is that for people who are like, well, I thought She-Hulk was going to be more procedural law and stuff like that. No, it's good. They're saving all that for Daredevil because that's why they made a point for him when he came in as a lawyer. He didn't come into the She-Hulk show as Daredevil first. He came in as Matt Murdock, put the smack down and show you what you're going to be in for legally. When his show drops, you're gonna get that real,
and I can't wait for.
You're gonna get that real courtroom dramas with Daredevil. I'm telling you. And Blitz, I think, is right because if you're doing 18 episodes, it's gonna be deep, dude. You're gonna get some real storylines going down within something like that.
And I think
the snip.
Go ahead. I agree.
No,
I was just gonna say to piggyback or something. Oh, go ahead. It's like a delay.
Please,
I have like a delay.
Exciting.
Go ahead.
Please go for it.
All right. I was just gonna say, just to piggyback off of Thor. I think he's right with the fact that we're gonna get a lot of like courtroom stuff besides him doing the badass stuff, and I think that's why we're getting so many episodes to show more of that side as well. Yeah. So I agree. Now, Green, go ahead. I'm sorry I cut you.
No, I was gonna say I love the also the little snippets of the Netflix theme that we got throughout his appearances too.
Yeah.
That was badass.
That was nice, man.
To piggyback off of what you said, Blitz, going back to the courtroom, you notice the first time we see Matt Murdock in Spider-Man, he was doing his lawyer stuff.
That's right.
That was his first introduction.
They're building that.
And it was also really cool to see, like, because this She-Hulk was the first interaction with him and Hulk. Like, that was the first time Matt Murdock met an Avenger. Yeah. So that was a milestone in itself.
Damn.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, even like if it was like for that split second, but they were in the same vicinity together. So
yes.
Counts.
Oh, man. Wow. Huh. Oh shit. Melissa has a good one. I hope that they address the camera in her room and him being in costume. Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, see, here's the thing, because think about that. Oh shit. The guy who was framing her, he could sell that shit to Kingpin, bro. That's how he can help him get himself out of jail by selling that shit to Kingpin. God damn, they set that up. Ooh, that's slick. That's real slick.
The wheels are turning.
Good eye. Good eye.
Wheels are turning.
That's an interesting.
Well, hey man, we got a special guest tonight. Fast Eddie's Nerdery joining us, man. Brother's joining us, so we appreciate him. And again, we appreciate any guests coming in and hanging out with us. You know, the Lazy Boys. We do what we do, man. We kick back and we have a good time. And yeah, this is what's up. So without further ado, we're gonna bring in Fast Eddie's. What's going on?
Gentlemen,
what's going on?
It's good to see you guys.
Likewise.
What's happening?
If only I could have tuned in or said a lot more in terms of all those shows, because
jump in. The floor is yours. Do it.
Oh, I mean, I don't even know where to go with all that, man. I mean, I'm so excited about a lot, but She-Hulk, I feel like, just brought, that divide towards the series and everything. But I kind of just wish that everyone just stopped and watched Werewolf at midnight. And just realize that there is hope, I feel like, with a lot of shows and, of those kind of untouched things they haven't done.
Yes. I mean, here's the thing. I'm digging them being eclectic like this. I mean, Miss Marvel's not for everybody. Yeah. Hawkeye wasn't for everybody. Falcon and Winter Soldier isn't for everybody. She-Hulk's not for everybody. They're doing what Kevin Feige is doing is he's basically setting shit out at the newsstand like the comic books. He's setting it on the shelf and I know me for personal, I don't collect every book that's out there. I get the ones that I want, but they're all there. They're all sitting on the shelf, and I know there's people who collect different ones than I do. And sometimes in the comic shops we get into those conversations about the different books that you might collect over me or this vice versa. So I'm loving this level of just variety that they're bringing to the Marvel universe, because it gives an opportunity for everyone to start kind of branching off into their own kind of geekdom. Like it allows people who like, man, I'm loving the Dark Horse. Man, I'm loving the Captain America type shit. Man, I'm loving the Loki shit. Man, like they're all having this fan base for their own iconic thing that they like, and that's what the Marvel universe has always been. And just think, this is what they're doing now. Wait till the X-Men show up, dude. It's like there's gonna be so much content Marvel. It's like basically going in the comic store and
they just keep hitting at them now too. So
they do, man.
I also feel like we really haven't got much resolve for anything. Like every show just kind of ends, and you think it's gonna kind of bleed into the movies. But I mean, even since Loki season 1, like that was kind of the big tease with Kang. But here we are waiting until Ant-Man now to even see anything, and that's been however many shows and however many movies since. So I think that's kind of a concern, is how all these shows, we don't really know what they're building up to.
Right. Well, I mean, if you think about it, they're basically duplicating the phase 1, but with way more characters. So it's just a matter of them kind of converging at certain point, which they will do. It's just, it always go back to like, this is the roadmap they had to take, because they didn't own X-Men, they didn't own Spider-Man. From what I'm hearing, they now own Hulk. Officially, they own enough rights to do more work with them. So it's like when they first started, it seemed tighter as far as the references, just because they were playing with a smaller card set of cards. Now, with all these characters that are part of the Marvel universe, it's like they're trying to juggle them all around, but still they're heading towards something. And I think that when we get to Secret Wars, because they moved some stuff back purposely to set up Secret Wars even better, because Secret Wars needs to have how many was in Endgame, Infinity Wars, how many, I forget how many characters, but Secret Wars needs to have damn near 80 characters or so. It's got to have like a shit ton of characters. So does the Kang Dynasty, because if they're following what I think they're following, it could branch off into Avengers Forever, where they're different groups of Avengers are fighting different Kangs through different types of iterations, maybe different timelines and stuff like that. So it's gonna get pretty outrageous.
That's how everyone's predicting the old guys are gonna be coming back, but I mean,
I think they are.
And who knows at this point what they're gonna do?
Yeah. I think they are, because it'll be like I think I was mentioning this to some fellas before with the Deadpool thing. I'm guaranteeing that they're setting Deadpool up. He's going to be killing the Marvel Universe, but it'll be the Marvel Fox Universe. And you'll be getting people that'll be popping up. Like, you'll probably see Chris Evans as Human Torch. You'll see other people as other characters, because it'll be the multiverse. And it's like, Doctor Strange opened us up for the multiverse and the incursions and stuff. And at the end of Doctor Strange, of course, he was going with Clea to stop an incursion. But I'm thinking that that's also going to have a lot to do with Deadpool, because his universe is probably going to be instrumental to one of those incursions. And that's probably why they're going to be like, what they're going to probably do with Deadpool is like hire him to take out that universe so the other universe can survive. And I can see Reed Richards and Professor X and them and Doctor Strange actually putting a stamp on that, because Doctor Strange and Professor X and Reed always skate the line of moral ambiguity sometimes. And I could see them hiring Deadpool to do that. Vice versa, I could see Professor X using the Wolverine that we're going to get, because Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds says this has nothing to do with Logan. So this is the Wolverine that exists in a different universe. So I can see them hiring Wolverine to go along with him to handle the job, to make sure that Deadpool stays on task, to make sure he does whatever. And that's probably how we'll end up Hugh Jackman getting his swan song, because we'll see that Wolverine pass on. And then we'll get the official Wolverine that we already got teased of in She-Hulk, which will probably be a younger Hugh. But we'll get one more run with Hugh Jackman, because he'll be helping Deadpool kill the Marvel Universe. And so Feige, man, he's got it mapped out, dude. I can only imagine that if in She-Hulk they had that episode, of course, in the last one where she was not really a teaser, but she had the pinpoints on the map of who's framing her and all this other crap. You can only imagine that Feige's got one of them things in a huge room with all these plot points and little.
I think wasn't there one thing where it said like Claude Mann gets in bar fight in one of the episodes? I think.
Yeah. So he's there. Wolverine is here. He's there. It's and then them introducing Namor, because Namor's a mutant and he's going to be in Black Panther. So it's like they're not playing around. It's coming. It's just that it's like we're in phase 1. So technically we've got like 2 to 3 more years before we'll see the stuff that we started seeing like just the past several years ago with the last phase.
Phase 1, phase 5.
Yeah. So it's like it's coming, man. It's coming. It's just a matter of like I want it now. Don't get me wrong. I want to see it now. I want to see Hawkeye hanging out with the newer version of Captain America, which was Sam. I want to see Daredevil hanging out with Hawkeye. I want to see all these things that are now in the play. I want to see them happen, but we're not going to see that stuff until Avengers Secret Wars. And remember, they pushed back Secret Invasion too, because at some point we're going to start finding out some of these suckers are Skrulls, and what's that going to do to the whole? Such and such was acting this way.
I'd rather them take their time than rush anything, especially.
They are
exactly.
They're taking their time, so it's gonna. I mean, we're looking at 2025, 2026, seeing some of this stuff come to fruition.
Sounds like Mezco releases.
It is, man, isn't it? But see, Mezco's got them beat. They're in the 2040s right now. They're coming out in the 2040s. But before we go any further, Fast, tell us some stuff about you, man. Tell us what brought you to the toy community, to photography. What do you do, man? We always want to shout out our guests with some intros.
Yeah. Well, I've been a teacher for 12 years now in Chicago, 5th grade. And
Nice.
it was actually during the pandemic when, of course, I'm sure with many people that was their story, because boredom and everything just gets to you, especially working, teaching at home. It was just, the absolute worst. And, I've always loved movies and been collecting toys since I was a kid, comics, everything. So just kind of my buddies and everyone were like, you should try doing this because, put some of your obscene movie knowledge and comic knowledge into something. And then it just kind of took off from there. Like, loved doing it. Like, I had no kind of background or anything in photography. It just kind of a background in just, insane nerd knowledge.
Damn. Well, did you when you first built your page, was it your personal page you converted into or did you actually?
No, I never did anything like that. I didn't even have an Instagram, man. I'm like that real old soul. Didn't have really anything. I don't have Facebook really or anything anymore.
Nice. And you're just like, hey, I'm gonna make an Instagram and put these toys into play.
Yeah, exactly. It really helped a lot with I'd say just depression of everything, just being stuck, and it's just it makes you feel so much like a kid again in terms of playing and being able to do literally whatever you want.
It does. It really does. It's one of those things where once you start diving into it, you almost forget how much the hobby is duplicating your childhood.
It's like, and that's what's so hard about it now because I had everything as a kid. I was really big into Legos, G.I. Joes, still have like all that stuff, Ghostbusters. But now you see with them redoing every line, like even with the X-Men lines and Spider-Mans that they're doing to look just like the toys that I grew up with. It's almost impossible not to get in that money grab of things. Like they've been playing off nostalgia so well, and they know that's what we want. Because like it's funny, like I had all those figures on my wall, just mint in box, and I always thought like they need to redo these, and I'm sure a million other people thought that, and they've looked so good. It's just like, it's infuriating for me because being on that teacher salary, I can't pre-order a million things at once.
Right.
And, I feel like a lot of the time with my toy budget, I have to kind of debate whether it's something I can shoot or not, and how often. So I feel a lot of the times why I kind of drift over to Legos is, when you get something, you're essentially building your diorama and everything right there. So it's kind of that all in one in terms of you don't have to worry about where your setup is. Cause I tend to kind of overanalyze that with like my dioramas that I have.
Right.
And it's a little easier than building, a giant diorama. You could just kind of build a little box.
That's so true. And and I know Blitz, you will second that. He always seconds like shoot what buy what you're gonna shoot, buy what and so that's a huge factor in it. You said it fast. There's so much, like it's almost we're inundated with product nowadays. It's like, how do you keep up with all this stuff? And it's like there's so many lines, so many items released that it's like you really have to go, okay, at some point I'm gonna be spending the amount of a brand new car. So I gotta figure out how do I not do that?
It's like the toy budget used to always be what it could be in terms of living alone and in the city, but now it's even gotten point to like selling older stuff to pay for newer things. Kind of like that, that giant wheel.
So with your toys, speaking of that, like what do you gravitate towards the most to shoot as far as character wise, or what do you be like, all right, this is the character I want to shoot the most of?
Man, I don't even know. Like I would definitely say I don't shoot enough of it, but Batman's always been one of my favorites. Like Batman animated series to me is probably one of the best shows ever made.
Agreed.
And I have all those like old boarded like carded figures. And I tried to get a lot of those newer ones, but then they just went crazy up and expensive. But it looks like McFarlane's doing a good job of kind of releasing those. But that's one I don't get to shoot enough. Like I feel like I'm really critical on my work, which I need to stop doing. But like with those cartoony figures, I feel like it's kind of hard to have that cartoony background. Like a lot of the dioramas that I have are more kind of that real world diorama. And I don't like the color sometimes when I have like a cartoony figure in that background. Right. So it's been a lot harder for me to shoot. Like I kind of like shooting like the more movie and realistic figures, even though I collect, I feel like more of the comic-y ones.
Right. And you know what's funny that you mentioned that, because I haven't picked them up, but I've seen reviews and I've seen people, shots with the McFarlane animated series dudes, and by far those are actually some of his best figures. But for some reason he leans more towards, of course, comic related stuff. But his duplications of the old, because who was the line that did them? Was it DC? Who did the line of the original Batman animated series?
It was.
I think it was DC.
Well, it was Kenner was the OG. The ones that like didn't move
Kenner's
at all.
OG, but who did the more articulated ones? That
was DC
Collectibles. Yeah. Well, his versions of those are pretty close to that. I mean, they're really good. But he only did like a handful of them. He stopped doing it. It's like, dude, you should have did more of those, because I think people would have bought more of that if you would have ran with it. Because those figures, like you said, going and finding those old DC Collectibles, the prices on those things are crazy if you find some of them, and even more crazy on the original Kenner one. So it's like, I don't know why he didn't keep running with some of that, but. Yeah, it is hard to shoot those particular ones without having the straight backgrounds. It fits with the animated style.
Yeah, and that's why I admire so many people who can put that stuff together. Like I've done a couple dioramas that I'm pretty proud of, but I mean it's a lot of work. So that's why I find like if I get like a big Lego set, like I just kind of build, and then I figure out a wall that I want to take out, and then I use that to shoot for a little bit. Or I'll like look at a set like the Daily Bugle that I got. There's like a million things that you could potentially do with that. So I always think like, what else could you do with something aside from just
It's so funny because I saw, speaking of the Daily Bugle, I saw a dude on, I think it was Dave, displaying behavior, or anyhow, he's got the Galactus. And he put him with the Daily Bugle, the Lego, and it was perfect actually, because it's like, dude, that's a cool scale.
Oh, nice.
So it's so funny that you're right. It's like, because I don't think they'll ever do anything like that Marvel Legends style. So it's like it'd be outrageous. It'd just be too massive.
I mean, it'd be great. They remake. They just released like some $550 Hulkbuster, which is like the fourth one they've done. So like, there's a lot of things that people again want. And they've been given to them, they're slowly giving to the more adult Lego, I would say, in terms of their ideas. We just got the Office set, which was really cool.
Nice.
But it's like, it's hard to get exactly what you want sometimes, but that's why it helps to relive the 10-year-old side of just being able to build stuff too with your extra parts. I mean, I've been playing around right now. I was watching Die Hard. I got John McClane.
Hold on, back up. Let's see it. I love it.
I was thinking, like I tried to always make something funny, because I love like 80s, 70s horror, all that. So anything funny and bloody to me is good. But I got the idea again because tomorrow's Monday and who likes those? So I made this little sign for him.
That's awesome. So
it's great.
Segue. First of all, that's a whole nother skill set to be able to shoot those guys at that scale the way you shoot them, bro.
Yep.
Like how? What is it? Do you find it? Is it more difficult to shoot at that scale, or how do you? What's your prep to shoot at that scale?
It definitely gets pretty frustrating, especially because I still haven't invested in that great of a camera. Like I have my old iPhone 8 camera or whatever it is. Need to upgrade that probably. But I did get like
my phone. There we go.
I did get like a little lens for it, which helps a little bit. But you know, that's the hardest thing too, because when I started shooting those a little more than figures lately, you get really bad glare off the plastic. So it's always kind of hard to get that perfect lighting for a Lego shot. And you will end up taking like 30. And sometimes I'll set up something and be so unhappy with it, I just go to bed and don't even have anything.
Wow.
But
now, shooting at that scale, like, because if you shoot a Hot Toys, it's like a Hot Toys. It's like almost basically portrait. You're good. But shooting at that scale, like, do you ever run into? Do I need to include everything, or do I fine tune and just go into the subject? Like, how do you make that decision? Because you could capture literally in the entire everything at that scale.
Yeah, and there's so much you could potentially put in it, and that's kind of always the debate with shots is, do I want to overwhelm it with something, or because again, there's so much space with a lot of these things, you could be filling it in with things. But I feel like for a lot of like the movie theme shots and anything, I just kind of try to keep it true to what it was.
Yeah, because I
definitely always look back at my older stuff, and I feel like I wasn't zoomed in enough for a lot of things, and like to get those like little details or sometimes those little glares do end up making it a lot better. But then just the posability of them, like you think of Lego and you think you can just move the arms and the legs up and down, but then you see people and how you do it is like breaking their legs off, and tacky little balls of tacky putty have pretty much been my best friend with shooting with Legos. Because you can just take their arms off, put them in fun like crazy positions. But the other thing too is like that I like is you can put wires and everything on them where with figures, when you're trying to get that good pose, or an action pose where they're jumping and you got to get them on that clanky wire, and then you got to edit it out. With the Legos, like it's so easy to kind of hide those things where you're not tending to have to go back and spend an hour or whatever in Photoshop. So again, I don't want to say it's an easy way out of shooting, but it's just been kind of, it's been a journey, and there's still so much more to learn. I mean, you see so many of these people's work, and it almost comes down to like, why couldn't I think of that sometimes?
That's always the case.
Taking something out of a drawer, doing something, and that's why I said just kind of keeping it more simple is kind of been something I've been trying to do.
So, with having the flexibility of Lego, like, do you keep a lot of the sets built up already, or are you really breaking them down a lot and then rebuilding, and what?
Aside from like my big ones, like here's kind of my city and everything that I'm still kind of putting together and stuff between like all of these sets here.
Oh wow!
I've been like rebuilding my roads and everything.
Yeah,
nice.
So like that is generally the stuff that I do keep up, like the bigger modules. Those you can take apart, kind of get in the walls, and like I said, it's almost like an instant diorama. That way, and that's why I said I kind of prefer getting these sets over, $150 figures sometimes, because
that's right.
Just because I have that figure doesn't mean I'm gonna be able to shoot it right away. I feel like I always lose something, and I've been definitely trying to get more organized with my drawers and stuff, but there's still all those figures that I'm just like, missing my McCready little blood thing, or a can of beer that you kind of almost buy those figures for, but you end up losing those little props.
That's right.
Oh, man.
No, you get mileage out of it. That's another thing to consider. How much mileage do you get out of what you buy? Like, do you get a lot of mileage out of it? Do you, or is it a
replay? That replay value.
Yep.
There, you said it. You said it, man. Nah, this is fascinating, man. Because like I said, I'm blown away with your shots. With like, man, I don't even know how you.
Hell yeah.
Like,
so that means a lot. You guys.
Next level.
I mean, I always love shooting the Marvel Legends with you guys. I think I need to get back into that a little more so I could dust off some of these figures. But
there we go.
You guys were always the best in terms of sending you stuff. Be like, is this okay? And you'd be like, shut up. Yeah, it's fine. Like,
yeah, yeah, dude. Like,
I'm always kind of my worst critic on some things, but you guys have set me straight on some stuff. So thank you.
We always are our own worst critic, man. I mean, it's. We always want to try to do better and learn more faster. But, I mean, as long as you're having fun in the process, that's what's the most important thing. And these guys know that very well. And I think that's improved not only mine, but a lot of people's style of photography in general, because it allows you to branch out into different categories or different scenarios, and it just opens a wide variety of how you want to shoot and the way you want to shoot, because you're just having fun.
Yeah,
absolutely. And that's why I like taking something like the idea that Lego is pretty wholesome, but I like putting sometimes when I can an unwholesome spin on it.
Right. I love it.
And I think they're doing a good job. Like these guys here in Chicago, and I just picked up this. They do like those custom minifigs. Here's a Chicago dog. Mustard.
Oh, nice.
So that's a good little. A lot of these people are doing now Lego customs, and it's insane because some of them are really, really amazing.
I picked up these guys yesterday. I got them for my son. But I went, as you guys know, I went to the New Jersey Wayne, New Jersey Toy Con, excuse me. And they had some custom Legos there, and I just couldn't pass these up. So I got Squid Game Legos.
Oh, dope!
Nice.
That's cool.
Sick.
Man, see? Oh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, and some of those like custom, the old Lego guns you used to only get were like kind of the muskets or like the little revolver, and now they have like these detailed like Uzis and rocket launchers. As a kid you wanted, but now as an adult you can get.
Well, it's
dude, this makes me want to go back to my parents' house, because I used to have a lot of Legos back when I was a kid, and like I'm pretty sure like in my closet I still have this like tackle box full of like minifigures and weapons and stuff like that, and I need to go through and see what's in there.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's funny though. Like when I raided my old Lego stash, I'm going through everything and living nostalgia and stuff like that. But I'm looking through stuff, and Legos back in the early 90s and everything just had kind of one face. So when I'm like, what can I use? Like they all just have that, that same damn smile. That just, nothing's changed. So can't really do much with them aside from just forge the parts. But again, being able to go down that memory lane with them all the time is, I'd say, one of the best things.
That's sick. Well, like I said, man, it's major kudos your way, because that's the thing. Guys like us who shoot like the ones to scale, like that's, I wouldn't say it's easy. That's maybe not the word, but it's definitely malleable. Whereas you guys that are shooting like 112, or 1/6, you're shooting Hot Toys, shooting Lego, man. That takes some real just spatial skill, because you're not your environment in which you're shooting in is not conducive to shooting. I mean, it's shooting at that smaller scale, shooting at the larger scale. You've got a lot that you have to take into consideration versus people who are shooting right down the middle with the 1/12 scale.
I mean, I don't know how people shoot 1/6. I mean, I had a 1/6 Terminator, and I think I tried shooting it once, and then I ended up trading it for Legos. So kind of all worked out, I guess. But that was another thing I found. Like, I had all these things that, as much as I love having nostalgia, like giant figures and things like that, that's when it kind of came down to, is when I had already so much stuff. Like, I always kind of just dread moving now at this point, because it'll probably be like 2 moving vans full of shit.
You're like me.
Oh yeah. That's when it kind of came down to things that I felt like I could get rid of, and it was kind of like those bigger figures and stuff like that. But I mean, I still have all my boxes of Ninja Turtles and things like that, like NECA and all that stuff. I'm still collecting, unfortunately. Like, I'm not opening either. Like, that's the other I have all this stuff I'm getting, but I'm not opening and finding things to shoot. So we'll be getting there soon, I hope. Like, the other thing too, unfortunately, like, I've been dealing with vertigo for like 8 years, so I'm always pretty much dizzy. Of course, like, getting up and down, shooting and stuff like that is never the most ideal situation, because I'm just like feel like shit afterwards.
Right.
So, I try and have been, doing it when I can more, but it does get to its point where it's just like so miserable when I come home from work. Like, that's used to always what I wanted to do, is just kind of like shoot, hang out, play some video games, go to bed. But now it's just kind of like eat, lay down, and feel miserable sometimes. But just been doing some physical therapy for it, which has actually been helping a lot. And I wish I kind of did that, like 7 years ago. But that's just kind of like a battle to deal with. But it's been fine, and trying to get back at it.
Yes, man. Well, I mean, the thing is that I always say this toy photography, collecting and shooting, it's first world problems, because we're just so fortunate to be able to do some of these things. And it's like the thing about it, where I always say is, and Blitz says is too, he says, man, have fun with it, because it's like, if we're not enjoying this hobby and getting the most out of it from the enjoyment of it, then we're probably not exercising it the right way we should be doing that, because man, there could be a lot worse things that we could be dealing with than getting the opportunity to collect and shoot toys. So man, take advantage of that fun shit. That's what I say.
Oh no, it's so funny though, because before, before all of this, when I would just buy a bunch of stuff and be a collector, it was always, from the parents, stop wasting your money and all that crap. And now it's like, you're doing your art and stuff like that. Like, more encouraging of the collecting, less more so,
Hey man,
stop wasting all your money. Buy a house or something like that.
Just so I can get more toys. Okay, I'm game with that.
Exactly. I mean, if I did get a house, I just have to pretty much fill it with more toys. So
figure out house equals more toys. It just makes sense.
That's almost my fear of getting that.
Man. Oh, that's what's up, man. But yeah, it's man, it's like I said, it's fascinating for me to always like notice toy photographers that are dealing in different mediums, or different, and by mediums I mean the different types of toy lines, because it's like I see a couple of people that I follow, like they're really good at shooting pops. They shoot Funkos, and it's like I'm blown away by that, because it's like there's no way I would see a Funko and be like, I think I can make a good shot out of this. It's like it's one of those things. I think I collect hot toys, but I think I've shot maybe one hot toy, because I just don't. It's like, I don't know how to shoot this shit.
I'd be scared to take those out of the box.
That's like Hot Wheel collectors. It's like, it's amazing how some Hot Wheel toy photographers take shots. It's like, it's just a little die-cast car, but they're doing third effects, making it look like it's drifting, doing outdoor shots. That's fantastic, man.
Yes, man. So that's why I get excited when I see your shots with the Legos, man, because it's just dope. Like it's
sorry, I had a request.
Man. Oh, no worries. It's something different. Something different, man.
Arizona.
Bust out the RX. Bust out the RX. But yeah, man, it's one of those things, man. And toy photography is fun. It's really fun. It's real fun. So, have you thought about ever getting a camera, like a single lens, or you?
Definitely. I mean, I have one my buddy got me, but to me, I feel like the convenience of having your phone, being able to edit and do everything there rather than uploading it and dealing with all of that, like, can't argue with that.
So smooth.
And I definitely know I mean I know my quality would just get better if I got a real camera and I could, change up. But again, I always think of I always want to do crazy shots, explosions, things like that, like seeing people do with that. But living in the city on the third floor of an apartment, there's only so much you could do.
Right.
I remember last summer I tried to do a smoke bomb shot, and it went up in everyone's windows, and of course the email went to the buildings yeah, whoever did that, never again. So to do that, I gotta drive out to a forest preserve or something like that. So that's always harder, but I know things like that would look a million times better.
Right. No, man. I applaud you fellas with phones, man. It's that it's his own art, because I can't shoot for shit with a phone.
Oh my god! I mean, Geek, like I said, the fact that he's able to use the Ghostbusters firehouse, and there's so many times in a shot where I don't even realize that's what the background is, but it's there. I mean, would you say you use that in what, 90% of your shots?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an official diorama, so that's my main go-to.
I mean, and again, the way you change it up and use the different areas and everything, I think you put the Batcave stuff in there a lot. It all works so well.
Thank you. I
probably
appreciate
didn't even
that.
notice, but I played with that so much I could always point out oh, there's that old lady's picture or something. I know what he's doing.
That's probably one of my most treasured possessions, toy-wise, from my childhood. And it's still in relatively good condition too. The elevator still works and everything like that. So, but yeah, thank you. That means a lot. I work with what I got. So
yeah, but you make it work. That's the best part of it all.
My parents had mine for 30-something years. Then they finally said, this is too big. We're getting rid of it. And then my neighbor, who one of my best friends, his mom was moving out of the neighborhood, so she was getting rid of all his old toys, and she just gave me a whole bag, including his old firehouse. So I finally do have that one back.
Nice.
She said, we'll have to get on maybe a Ghostbusters Firehouse collab soon. Because
dude, hit me up. I'm down for whenever, man.
You guys are lucky, man. I saw that last week at a antique. So it was $500.
Damn,
it's insane.
What?
Yeah, I saw it.
I say damn, but then I spent $600 yesterday at Toy Con.
Dude, cons I haven't been to in a while, but actually I take that back. We went to a Lego convention this summer and spent quite a bit of money. But we used to always do we have C2E2 here in Chicago, which is a pretty good one. The guests they have aren't really as good anymore. I used to go a lot for that and to see the artist alleys. Plus me and my friend would dress up as Lando and Han Solo. So we would cosplay a lot too. But yeah, I mean, I would always try and meet the people you could meet there. Got this signed by Danny Trejo.
Oh, Machete.
Oh, nice.
Sick.
So got to meet him, and he was just the nicest guy in the world. But I feel since COVID, all that stuff has kind of died. They had those virtual meetings and things like that. Who would want to do that? That's the same as getting a cameo or something, which is still actually pretty cool, I'll say. But
right.
But yeah, it's just so overwhelming. I remember one of my first conventions. I feel I did have an anxiety attack from seeing all the things that you want to get. And really what ends up happening is you kind of you're almost like a vulture in the sense that you're kind of always circling to, is it still there? Is it still there? While you're continuing to do your convention, and then you finally come back to it after the seventh time, and you're just all right, I'll spend whatever it is on it.
As Jimbo says, you get the toy sweats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true, man.
So it's like whenever I would have the conventions coming up, like I would try and save for at least a couple months to, have a pretty packed wallet.
Nice.
But
that's what you did, Blitz, didn't it? Didn't you do that, Blitz? You got yourself saved up. You're ready to hit it.
Well, I did for Legion Con, which is in a couple weeks.
Oh,
so I tried to like put aside budget for yesterday's Toy Con.
Yeah.
But it worked out. It worked out very well because I went in there with the expectation. Like I said, I wasn't gonna go to the Toy Con. I went to the Toy Con because Toy Father and No Chewing drove all the way from Massachusetts to New Jersey. Right. And for the experience of meeting them is the only reason why I went.
Nice.
And when I got there, the only item I wanted to purchase at the Toy Con was the vampire horse from Mythic Legions. That was the only thing I had set on my mind that I was going to go in there and buy. So
looked like
it didn't work out that way.
Were bought yesterday.
No, I brought the horse. I got the horse. I'm happy I got the horse.
Oh, I meant it looked like I saw Toy Father No Chewing got a lot. It looked like.
Oh man, I'll get into it when we get into that little portion where we talk about the con more. I will tell you what happened with that. But I only purchased 3 Mythic Legions.
Oh wow!
Besides the horse, and it was again because I wanted to wait for Legion Con where I'm gonna fucking lose my shit when I get there because I'm gonna go ham. And I want to shout out the fucking 4 Horsemen. Those guys are amazing from that company, Mythic Legions. These guys were so nice to us yesterday. And ahead of time, if you had your ticket for Legion Con, they gave us our passes there. So we don't have to wait online on the day of.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be one of the first ones in there just walking straight in to get my exclusives.
That's so
Did you guys order the Headless Horseman?
I have it, yes. Oh, yeah, and Thor got it too.
Yeah, that was one, like, I knew I wanted that, and I'll probably end up paying something stupid for it, because, again, like, you look at the quality and everything with that, and I've just, like, always loved that, like, lore of that, the story of that.
Somebody had it at the con yesterday for $350, if I'm not mistaken.
Jeez.
And somebody went and purchased it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it sounds like, though, I will say this, with that company, I mean, didn't they sell out, and then they, like, resold it again like afterwards because they're like, look, a lot of people want this. So is that something you could potentially see them re-releasing maybe? Or
I see them having it at Legion Con because the way they described how they're going to have everything set up, I believe they're going to have it there, and I believe they're expecting large quantities of whatever they're going to have. They didn't want to get into details because obviously they want to surprise people.
Yes.
But I think if certain things don't sell, I think they'll still have, or they'll have in production to sell those again. I think they will be released again.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense.
But I'm almost 100% sure that will be at Legion Con because they were like they said they told us straight up they're bringing out the big guns. They were like they're gonna have everything.
They've been doing it too.
Yeah, they have been. It's been top tier.
But at the same time, they also said that this is so they used to do, from my understanding, they used to do Legion Con in the same place where they do the Wayne, New Jersey Toy Con where we were at yesterday. So they rented out a ballroom this time. And from my understanding, the ballroom that they have rented now for the Legion Con holds 3 weddings, can hold 3 full wedding parties in the venue.
Wow.
So they rented out the entire ballroom.
Wow.
So, and they were like, they told us straight up, they were like, look, it's going to be first come, first serve because we're expecting over 1,000 people, close to 2,000 people.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, shit. And they was like, you got your ticket? You get your pass? I was like, yeah, I want my pass.
Nice.
So, I mean, I'm excited for it. It's going to be amazing.
Lucky, man. Oh. Well, that's a great segue, man. Fast, we always open something. Lazy Boyz Sunday, we open stuff, kick back, and talk about what we open and stuff like that. You got anything to open?
I always hit the Target Saturday morning, and I think I told you guys that this was finally $10 at Target.
Nice.
Yeah, I found them too today.
I was thinking like the hammer alone in here, I feel like is worth 10. So it's just like that was kind of a no-brainer. But yeah, there it is. I just feel like it's kind of sad though, looking at a lot of these toy aisles and just seeing everything collect. And there was so many times where I know I just wanted to get something first. G.I. Joes when they first came out, like Breaker. When Breaker first came out, I wanted to go there, get that out of the box. And then like 3 weeks later, he was on clearance for like $5 or something, And it's almost like the neediness of being a collector sometimes outweighs the common sense. If you just wait a little bit, you can have it for a really good price, like a ridiculously really good price. But that's always kind of the thing too, is like I'll always see people shooting stuff and it's like, God, I want that like a lot. But then by the time I get it, it's like kind of played out or whatever. Like people are already done with it. So I don't know.
Nah, you can always shoot. That's
true too. As long as they're
I'm
good,
learning that like for some things you can play the long game. You can wait because they'll get. I think with Marvel particularly,
it seems like Legends now though. Like that's really a big thing. Is just waiting on them.
Yep. Yeah, just wait it out and wait till it comes out. So
Joe's still just never come to my Target. Like they're
no me either.
The only thing that's there is I think Gung Ho. I think he'll be there forever.
Yeah.
What is it?
He's not going anywhere.
Snake Eyes have been there for like 8 years now, it seems.
Yep.
Oh God, that move. But I mean, again, I feel like they need to do a better job at predicting, or like a lot of the time they release stuff before movies even come out. So it's like that's hard for them to kind of gauge. Like if no one has an interest in the movie to begin with, how are these figures going to be selling well? That kind of almost happened, I feel like, entirely with Eternals, and there's been a couple other waves too.
I agree.
That like they need to do better on that. They just like kind of rush stuff out too much. Just to see. Oh, I hate taking these tapes out. You guys just cut the plastic?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I just pulled mine out like raw style. I didn't care. I was like,
Yeah, I mean, Legends have come so far though. I mean, it's amazing to think like I mean, I still have so many from when they were still the Toy Biz era, and they had the stupid hands that that you like really couldn't even really do much with. But
no, because it would get loose as shit, and then
their joints were terrible, and like some of them were like really like I have a Daredevil one. He's like this thin. It's just really weird.
Yes.
But no, this figure's pretty awesome. I would definitely I definitely approve so far.
Yeah, he's sick. It's a good Thor. If you didn't get the first one, he's a good Thor to grab, so you can have.
Well, then again, like you see the like, I think you guys kind of talked about it. Is like as good as this figure is, if you really wanted to, there's always kind of that upgrade, like if you went to Mayfest or however you pronounce it. I say Mayfest. You want to spend the $50 more, you're gonna get kind of the same thing but much better quality and everything.
Yep. That's how it works. My hammer spinning thing is tight as hell. I don't know how. I'm gonna have to put something on it.
It's supposed to spin too, right? I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it spins, but it needs to be loosened up or something. It's funny because almost the exact same item came with the Marvel Select Door.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it didn't spin.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll keep grabbing the Legends and stuff that I can when they're on sale. Unfortunately, like it's the one thing, like NECA, I feel like never goes on sale sometimes.
No,
kind of get lucky. Really don't.
I got lucky at my Target. I got. This was on sale for like.
Oh, sick.
Oh, wow.
For like 45, I think.
That's not bad.
I still gotta crack him. I've only cracked open Chucky, but Yeah, it's like, and then I feel so bad. Like Rob today, he wanted, like, we do a horror collab every now and then, and you know, I had a lot of work I had to do today and everything, but he wanted to shoot Halloween, and I'll be honest, I've just been so bummed out about that movie. Like, I just I can't even think about shooting it right now, or like, I feel like anything Michael Myers related is just going to depress a lot of people. So yeah, I didn't want to, like, I couldn't think of anything. Like, you know, normally I'll have some idea of something I could do, but I feel like the rage was just so building up that I was just, you know, just blacked out. I couldn't come up with anything.
Wait, hold up fast. So I was going to get, I wanted Michael because I don't have one, and I didn't get the next one. I was gonna get the Mezco one, like, because he's up on Big Bad, and because he would be closer in scale to what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But after I saw the movie the other night, I'm like, God damn it, I don't really know if I want to get him anymore.
Me and Toy Addict did. I was on movie.
Not my Michael,
earlier.
Maybe that's like gonna be the new trend. Maybe
Right. Not my Michael.
Right.
I was on Toy Talk earlier with Toy Talk. I'm sorry, Movie Talk with Toy Addict 17 earlier before we got on, and we reviewed Halloween, and yeah, I just feel like the movie left more questions than it gave answers, and I agree with Toy Addict's review of it being like its own anthology, like it was just his own movie.
See,
but
here's the argument I'll make against that, because I've heard people try and say, like, oh, it's supposed to be like the Season of the Witch. Season of the Witch had nothing to do with Michael Myers.
No.
And, you know,
I agree.
That's why people hated it at first, because they wanted Michael Myers in it.
Right.
And I think people appreciate it more as just a really good horror movie and an anthology now because of that. And it's like really crazy plot of this mask company trying to kill kids. But now you have this movie, which I'm assuming we could talk about it a little, in terms of we're expecting to see the end of Michael Myers, and whether they're taking this idea that people can be, you know, so full of evil or cursed, this curse can potentially pass on, which they did in 4, 5, and 6.
They did.
You know, don't have him in the movie and only have him in the movie for 10 minutes and also have, you know, a little Robin to him. So Corey Myers.
It's Corey Myers.
It's Corey Myers.
Not only that, I feel like this little kid gets in a fight with him, and I don't care how old he is or how underpowered he is, but you have like a high schooler who is able to tackle and demask Michael Myers. Like, I'm sorry, no, not in my universe.
I think I would have been. I'm going. Go ahead, Thor. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick. We had, I think we were on one of the shows a couple weeks back, and we were talking about Jason versus Michael, and at that time we were like, okay, it could go either way. Mostly, they're both. After watching this, it's like, dude, Jason would like eviscerate my. Like, he got beat up by a high school kid. You're right.
And I get the idea that, you know, his killing made him more powerful, so of course he'd be like so weak in that cave. But I mean, you look at how powerful he was in the last movie. I mean, he withstood a beat down, gunshot, stabbed to the head, everything.
He beat up a whole neighborhood.
It was just all over the place. Not to mention, the third movie is not this time to get us into some love story with these two characters and everything. Like, it was just too much. Like, and that's the thing. Like, again, like, aside from like comics and stuff like that, horror is like my favorite thing. And I feel like we now are in a really good place for horror movies in terms of originality, just story and things like that. I haven't seen Barbarian, but everyone's telling me that's like one of the craziest movies right now.
I've heard it's really good.
X was amazing, and Pearl, like those things, like all these movies that are coming out. We kind of got stuck in that Conjuring phase for a while, where everything tried to like copy that. And now I feel like we're getting a lot of unique things. So to carry on the legacy of Michael Myers, which means so much to so many people at this point, and to be the ending that, you know, who knows how many people wanted. I don't know. They're going to have to, I think they're going to be rebooting it again.
I think they are.
Yeah.
I think, I would have been, like I said in the review, I would have been happy or at least pleased if one, a lot of the dialogue they could have just took out. That's one. Two, if when Michael transferred his evil to Corey, if when Laurie first noticed that the eyes were Michael, if she did some type of research and it didn't have to be anything drastic or specific, but if she did some type of research and she seen something that mentioned Silver Shamrock, because the mask that Michael Myers wears is from Silver Shamrock. That's one. Two, another thing I would have been happy with is the ending. If the ending would have been something more drastic, because she kept the final thing that she says is that evil takes shape, and it's the same thing I said in the review. If evil takes shape, I would have been happy with, instead of Michael's mask being on the table, I would have been happy if Laurie would have put on the mask and just took a deep breath, like how he breathes, and that would have given a nod to the mask actually having something. That portion of it, at least for the ending. And another thing I would have been happy with was towards the beginning of the movie when the lady, I can't remember her name, gives Allison, Allison pulls the tarot card, and it's the death card, which means the beginning. I would have been fucking happy if when she was driving, and there was a welcome sign. I can't remember the name of the town off the top of my head, but it would have been dope if she was driving to the town where Season of the Witch took place.
That would have been sick. That would have been crazy.
Because you would have given me a hope of not even a hope. You would have just answered some questions, because you left a lot of questions open in this movie anyway. Even though the movie was, I gave it a 2 out of 5. Or for me, would be like a 3 out of 10 in general. But it would have at least helped certain questions that it left me with in the movie. Like you're all of a sudden you're saying that Michael is gonna hold this kid and transfer his evil, and green things are gonna show up in his eyes. Like let her do some type of research. It doesn't even have to be drastic. She doesn't have to like look into it. But like just show me an article of
anything.
Silver Shamrock mask, cause mask thing in town, blah blah blah, anything. Something to give me a nod to that, or the reason
they
why
nodded to him in the second one. All those kids were wearing them.
But it would have been. I think.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But I will say I did read that they were supposed to film ends like directly back to back to kills, but I think COVID caused like everything. They had to scrap it, kind of rewrite it a bit. Because if you notice again, like. There's a lot of characters that I feel like definitely got cut, like the sheriff. Every movie, you see that guy like get out of the car, you're like, all right, what's he gonna do? And then that's the rest of his character. Like I don't even think he showed up in this movie, or just pretty much had that same part.
I would have been happy too with Laurie, with Laurie killing the sheriff at the end. Like, show me those blossoms, and he goes in the house and she holds the mask and just kills him. And then you could have ended it right there.
Here's what I'll say with the whole love story thing that they were doing with what's her face and Corey. Like we didn't need that. If we were gonna have any love story, the only thing I was interested in was Laurie and the sheriff, and I think they did that perfectly in the sense how they kind of just aside from flirting with each other and kind of the end scene, you knew what was up. Like that again, it felt more of a love story at times than like a Halloween movie.
It did, man. And then plus Michael got taken out like a clumsy plumber, man. He got killed by a fridge. he got taken out by a fridge, man. Like really? And
I didn't like when he stabbed when Corey brought the cop into the sewer pipe drain. I didn't like that when he started stabbing the cop, it looked like he was like catching a seizure and he was like powering up. Like you're making it more of like a paranormal thing almost, or like it's not what it was. And I get it. I get the direction they were trying to go to. It was just poor execution, and I think it was pretty much rushed. To be honest, you left too many questions.
And I'm sorry, Tim, for spoiler alert, but it's so bad, bro. We can't. It's like it deserves.
You're not missing much.
I mean, I'd honestly at this point say watch Jeepers Creepers Reborn over.
Thank you.
Oh shit.
Over that.
Over that. That movie was a steaming pile of crap too.
That movie was horrible. But
that movie was
just,
filmed in front of like a green screen that didn't even work.
Right. It's like
I kind of had, and it's crazy because I love that movie. Like I'll say this, Jeepers Creepers 1, despite that guy being a total shitbag, is one of my favorite horror movies.
It's sick, dude. That first movie's dope. It's classic. It's a classic. But yeah, man, this it feels like it can't even have the title of Halloween Ends because nothing really ended. It was bullshit, bro. It's just like the only thing that ended is our fandom.
I mean, they should have just named it. They should have just named
my
it.
buddy are saying that we'd rather watch the Busta Rhymes one. You know, there's a problem.
Yeah, yeah. When you'd rather watch
Busta, you'd rather be watching Busta Rhymes. Something is wrong with this movie.
And what's sad about it is that how you gonna? Okay, because if I'm correct, this trilogy takes place right after the original Halloween. So it doesn't even give credit to the second Halloween, which I think was actually really good. It's just, again, it makes the whole thing just ultimately makes Michael a just straight chump. He's a punk, dude.
Someone brought up a good point because if they retcon Halloween 2, then Laurie and Michael have never been related. So his whole kind of like desire to want to kill her so bad in this franchise also doesn't even make sense.
Exactly. Because in the second one they put that, it's I don't know.
That's when you find out in the second one that they're brother and sister. But since the second one never happened, they're technically not brother and sister. So the whole desire, exactly, it makes no sense. Oh well.
Yet the unworthy.
That's why we don't write movies, right?
Right. The Hellraiser was pretty solid. I like
Hellraiser was pretty good.
Need to watch that one. Yeah.
Bizarre. It was bizarre. It had.
But again, there's still too many remakes, rehashes, prequels, whatever. Like, I think they have been doing a good job again with keeping things original. Did you see? Granted, it does kind of remind me too much of the remake of the Chucky, that new James Wan movie about like the killer doll or whatever.
Oh, the Megan one.
That thing looks weird, man.
Yeah, it does look crazy, man. But it does remind you of Chucky. It's just like, how do you not? It's just I don't know. I think that if you can't. If COVID really affected how that came out, like just wait, wait till you can shoot it right, because that was so dialed in, man. It was just lazy. It was a lazy ass sequel. It's like, meanwhile, you got movies. How did that go to the movie theaters? And it was on Peacock where I watched it, but that
I canceled my Peacock the next day. I was so mad.
Wow.
Like, how did that go to the theaters, but Prey didn't go to the theaters, man? Which was fucking amazing.
And they said they probably actually, they were worried with one of those R-rated movies. They feel that they don't do well, but I feel like we're kind of past that stage now. Like Daredevil pretty much proved you could make an R-rated movie and make money off of it. Yeah. And I think horror is doing a good job with that too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That shit. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't pay to see that Halloween. Damn.
You ain't the only one.
Yeah. So who else? What you got to open?
Right.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Oh, sick. Damn it, I haven't seen that in a while yet.
Get out.
You too. So this was actually one of my favorite figures growing up. I actually have my OG layabout.
Oh, sick, dude.
Which I lost the helmet and the cape.
Yeah.
Nice.
And everything, but yeah, I was in my local comic shop. And they had pretty much the entire new wave there.
Oh, sick! Because I ain't seen them in
Target. No, I haven't seen them in stores yet.
Okay.
But my Tarkin came from Big Bad. For Friday. So
then name the system.
Get the little staff.
So
this helmet is massive.
Oh, that's nice.
Very detailed.
Damn, dude.
And I love that Black Series is going more and more with the soft goods cape.
Oh, sick, man. Good thing. Thanks, Hasbro. That's what you're supposed to do.
The head sculpt is one of the better Leias I've seen.
It is actually. Shit.
That looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really good. She's got a little bow in the back. Little peg to where her backpack goes in.
Nice.
Nice details on it. See if we can get our cape delay right. Let's put the helmet on. Oh yeah.
Tim with the Medjaba Nawanga.
And hold on, where's it at? She also comes with.
Tell me she come with the thermal detonator, man. Guy comes with the thermal detonator.
Hold on.
It's a thermal detonator.
You got a thermal detonator. Yeah, I like it. I never had the original Bausch Leia Black Series,
Me
but
either.
she's got just the single elbows, double jointed knees. She can kick her own ass. Well, cape's in the way, but there we go.
That's pretty good. Good articulation, though.
Yeah. And her detonator has a hole that to where it can peg onto her belt like that.
Oh, sick.
Good.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty
It's the little
cool.
details, man. Little details.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I know. I love when accessories can fit on the figure themselves.
Right.
Little hula hoop action there.
Nice.
This skirt's plastic, so you don't get a lot of like leg articulation, but
Right.
you know, she doesn't really need to in this outfit. But yeah, it's dope. It looks good.
Huh.
Cloth goods cape.
All right, I gotta get
I like
that
it.
one. Got to get
Hell
that
yeah.
one. Huh.
It's on my list.
2 for 2.
After Legion Con. After Legion Con.
Right.
You enabled me into that Ragnarok, and now you about to enable me into this boss.
Do it.
Yeah. So
And what's cool is because she doesn't really hold the detonator that well, but the hole that goes in the peg, you can kind of slip onto her thumb
okay.
to where it kind of gives it more of that stability. Yeah.
He's holding a thermal detonator.
Oh. Okay. You too.
That's dope.
That's a good one.
I almost feel like when they re-release them in that series, we get more detail. I feel like the Dengar they just did looks almost better than the older one.
Yes, I agree.
It does, but it's limited with like certain
that Dengar
articulation.
I still haven't even seen that. The only all that's left is every Lando imaginable.
Hold on.
Calrissian City.
Right.
Got that Cloud City at Target.
You got a Lando for every day of the week.
Right.
I'm actually and you know what? It's funny too. Again, I think a lot of those WWF ones.
Here's that Tarkin.
Oh, that looks good.
That's dope. Damn, that's a good one on.
They crushed this head sculpt.
That's way better than the old
than the original.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's good. I never even unboxed my old one. It's still in the box.
Yeah.
That's dope. Man. No.
I'm happy with it.
I'm gonna open Lizzie. I'm gonna open Lizzie.
Man. That's what I definitely still need.
Oh, jealous.
Open that Liz from Wall Trash. Got him from Wall Trash because he's only a main Spider-Man character, and you're gonna release him as a Walmart. Come on, man. Come on, Hasbro. So I pre-cut him.
Oh yeah, it makes so much sense.
I wasn't trying to slice my hand off in alive. So he comes packed to the hilt with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
his tubes to turn from Kurt Connors to Lizzie McGuire. He's pretty dope, dude. He's pinless. He's pinless for all those kids out there that want these new pinless figures. He becomes pinless.
That's a good thing, though.
He's pretty dope. He's got posability. Now, I don't know about the Steve Ditko head. I'm kind of not. I mean, it's kind of cool, but
I like that you kind of do get both, though, in that sense.
Yeah. I think it's just funny. His eyes are so like normal. So he's like,
looks like Reptile from Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Yeah, but when they did him bad and like what was that, like Mortal Kombat 4?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the more traditional. I'm putting on the Secret Wars lizard head. Because I'm gonna display my Galactus with the Secret Wars Doctor Doom head. Why not? I'm joking. That head's stupid. So this head's the right head, right? That's what she
That's
said.
dope.
Oh yeah,
much better.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna get his tail out. He comes with a got the bendy wire tail, which is dope. About time they started doing this. And it just slots right into the back here. It's a little weird. Just pops right in. Then once you get it in, he's good to go.
That's dope.
Now I'm going to put him outside to scare the lizards at my house that are always in the outside. Let's see what happens.
Gotta let him know who asserts dominance.
Exactly. But if I put him out there, he might take control of them and the house will get attacked by lizards.
I'm the lizard king now.
Pretty posable. He's dope, dude. They did a good
job. That's pretty well too, right?
Yeah. It's just sucks that he came from Walmart. That's my biggest complaint. Like, why are you gonna put? Because it's bad enough that the old lizard was the Build-A-Figure, so people can't find him. You know, or they find them, they're paying outrageous amounts. But you release a new lizard and you put him at Walmart. Come on, man. Just put him everywhere so people can get a chance to have lizard.
It's toy logic for you.
Hey, man, you know, Walmart. That's how. It's just like the Spider-Man, this animated series. They put him at Walmart. Come on, man. So, nah, he's cool. Crazy posability. The jacket's pretty soft, so it doesn't get in the way or nothing.
That's a plus.
Yeah, they finally started making more figures with the soft.
Well, it looks like we're actually starting to get cloth. Like, isn't the Beast Retro actually going to be like the first cloth one?
Yeah, I put it right here. I haven't opened him yet, but he is cloth.
Oh, dope! You got him.
Yeah, he's cloth. I'm gonna open him later. He's cool. I don't know, but yeah. So I guess Fast earlier, Blitz said he had like a haulathon. So we're like, dude, you got so much shit to open. So yeah, man, it whenever you're ready, I guess.
Nah, it's not a lot of shit. I didn't get a lot. But I will start off with one of the first things I was happy with, which was, as most of you know, I won the Shorter Slam Championship tournament for toy photography hosted by Toy Talk. And one of the things I wanted to do was to get it signed by some of the guys, and I did.
Oh, sick!
So I have Chris, Toy Father. I have Danny, Toy Addict 17.
Nice.
Sunty, No Chewing, and Yimbo Reviews Everything.
That's dope.
Yeah,
dude, that's sick.
I think that was one of the highlights. So what I will start off with, because I promised him I would open it because he gifted it to me. You guys are laughing already. It's not fair.
I know what this is.
Yeah, you guys know what it is. I'm gonna grab it first, and then after that, after I open it, I'll show you guys what I purchased. But our fellow toy community member from Toy Talk, Toy Father, gifted me something when I met him yesterday, and I promised him I would open it because I loved it so much. So he gifted me.
Damn.
Dark Detective Batman from McFarlane.
It's the McFarlane. Now I don't know, Fast, if you follow this much, but Blitz and I have a pretty much not a love-hate relationship, but a pretty much hate relationship with Toddy. So this is big. This is a big step of AA. This is like Blitz going to AA to open this.
Toy Father, I hope you're watching, brother, because I mean, but this is actually one of the highlights of the movie because they drove all the way from Massachusetts to New Jersey
to give you a McFarlane.
To give me a fucking McFarlane. Oh shit! I might have to get my knife. McFarlane likes to jail these figures like he belongs in it. Give me a second.
So what's your take on McFarlane? I mean, are you a fan overall of the McFarlane toys, the DC?
I mean, I got a bunch, but
okay.
Considering they're mostly DC, I mean, I've always, aside from Batman, been more of a Marvel person.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you know, it's for me just kind of sometimes a couple characters, but also I feel like, you know, similar with Legends, they kind of just reuse as much as they can.
Right.
You know, one series has Batman in a water suit or something, and then you know, like things you don't really need, but I guess people are gonna buy them. But you know, I'll honestly say a lot of that McFarlane seems to be some of the biggest peg warmers at my target.
Yes.
Across the world. But anyway, I will say this.
Damn.
So I walk up to his car, and you know, I was actually the first one at the fucking Toy Con. But I walk up to his car. He goes, "Benny, I got something for you," and he gives it to me. He goes, "Look, it has thigh swivel."
Oh, damn.
But here we go.
Uh-oh.
Let's get into it. I got him out.
Now, which Batman is this?
This is Dark
Wetsuit Batman, like Fast said?
This is from DC Future State.
Okay.
So it comes with this
the hell?
accessory.
that thing.
It looks like the rope from Clue.
But it's like
right.
Yeah. Anyway. So we'll get into the figure now. So it does have thigh swivel.
Wow.
And it has a nice little toe articulation.
But them ankles.
Oh shit, he actually got better ankles.
What?
Oh no. I lied. It's the old school ball joint.
Right now.
But it looks more solid compared to the other older versions. But it's still the same type of ankle, the ball joint, the stupid ball joint. So it's Batman. He's pretty much smiling. I don't know why. If he's supposed to be like the Dark Detective.
I'm not familiar with this Batman.
For the material of this, I would actually say it's actually decent. Not to shit on him a lot, but yeah, it's actually decent.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty good for that.
Yeah.
I will say this though, because you guys know I hate McFarlane. But anyway, the figure itself, from a visual standpoint, it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. The paint on it is actually solid for once. I don't agree with the smiley face for a dark figure.
Right.
His elbow articulation is actually spot on. His arm articulation is pretty good. The head is a little tight, but the ankles are the problem.
He's smiling because he got thigh swivel. That's why he's smiling. He's like,
look. No issue, leg articulation.
Wow.
Oh wait, here's the big one.
Uh-oh. Time to get that Dremel out.
That's pretty decent though. For
not bad.
For the stomach plate he has, that's actually pretty good. Look. Look.
Oh wow.
Damn. All right. Batman hit them fighting poses.
Toy
My
Father, if you're
Dremel gets the
watching,
most work with NECA heads. Like that's the most frustrating thing is when you take a NECA head off and you're not going to get another one on until you Dremel the hell out of it.
That's wow. I didn't even know. Wow, that's nuts.
Toy Father, I'll give him for you, I'll give him a 7 out of 10.
Oh wow, that's high.
Hey,
go.
what's the non-Toy Father rating?
Right.
-3. Now, if it was me not gifted from Toy Father, I would probably give it a 5 because I'm having difficulty standing him, and it's because of the ankles.
There you go, ankles.
That's all of them though, right? Because like they're like really heavy and they like can't support themselves.
Like, don't get me wrong, the ball joints on the ankles are a big improvement compared to the older ones. They're more solid and more sturdy.
Okay.
However, because they're more solid, and it's like you said, the weight of the figure, it still tends to like lean.
Wow.
But because Toy Father gave me it, I gave him 4 extra points, so 7 out of 10. Okay. I appreciate it, and I'm grateful for the gift.
It's like
no, I'm happy. I'm really happy that like I got to see them and they came all the way down, and I'm grateful for the gift. Like, and I promised him I'm gonna take photos with it, and I'm gonna do it proud for McFarlane.
What Batman is that though? I'm trying to figure out what is that from.
It just says DC Future State.
Futures. Okay, so the comic book Futures. All right, I'm out of touch with that.
Yeah, I haven't read
now
that.
Let's get into the good stuff. Let's get to the good stuff. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. Okay, I will start off with. I already showed you guys the Legos.
Yeah.
So I will show you guys the mythics that I purchased because I have a great story for you guys.
What?
For the last 2 items I will show you.
Okay.
So let me turn this around real quick. Give me a second. Why it's not working? There we go. All right. So I'll start off with this guy. So I got the vampire like archer figure from, I can't remember the names, but don't ask me names. From Mythic Legions.
That dude's sick.
He's a dope figure, bro. And he comes with this creature thing that looks like an eagle, but it's not. It's actually a creature. Dope ass figure, bro. He was actually the first vampire that I grabbed. He comes with he comes with this dope sword. I already attached it to his belt. He comes with the arrow for this sick bow, real string.
Yeah, real string. That's right.
They're bro. He comes with a bouquet of arrows.
Nice.
All right. So he was one of the first ones, and this is the baby right here. This is the one that I wanted.
Oh, that's so
dope.
Ride that thing right to hell.
Right.
Bro, look at the mouth.
Wow.
That's
so sick. I like the eyes.
Yeah. So I was lucky enough to get the horse. They had an unbelievably great price at the time. I will say this, they sent out like a notice that they weren't gonna sell like their heavy hitters or great figures because they wanted to save everything for Legion Con, and they were gonna have not so great figures or with imperfections. That's what they said, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I remember having a conversation with No Chewing, and I told them, I was like, they're not gonna disappoint. They're not gonna disappoint. And sure enough, they didn't disappoint. When they said imperfections, it was just like dents in the packages. That's all it was.
Oh, right. Just not like Amazon does with packages.
Right. So I picked up this vampire figure as well.
I love that dude. I got him. He's so
Hordak?
Dope. I forgot his name.
Hordak from He-Man?
He's based on Hordak, but he's a vampire dude. I love him. He's awesome.
He comes with the helmet.
Yep. I forgot he has.
I love his head sculpt.
Yeah.
He comes with a bow gun.
Yeah, that's right.
Dope.
Shit, I'm forgetting what he comes with.
The detail on the shield. Look at that.
Yep.
Wow. That's clean.
He comes with his axe.
Did you put the skull on it?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
I
put the
haven't had a chance to do much of it. This is the skull you're talking
put the
about.
little skull on it. It's awesome.
Yeah. I'm hopefully gonna mess with it a little later.
Nice.
And then I got this bad guy right here.
Ooh.
Oh, he's great too. I picked him up too. He's awesome.
Yeah. This is the one you opened on last Sunday, correct?
Yeah, last week.
Yep.
Love the shield.
Yes.
The swords.
Ooh.
The attention to detail on how they do these things. The
Mhm.
soft goods.
Yes, man.
Bro, he's a sick dude. Look at that. I have Boba Fett on it, but I also purchased a throne.
Oh,
That's
sick.
sick.
Damn.
This is a full 1/12 scale. I gotta finish painting it, but this is from Lone Wolf. He had it for an amazing price, and I couldn't pass up. But so dope, so dope. Thor, you would be proud of me with the next one.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm probably never gonna open it.
What?
So this is the ToyCon New Jersey October 2022 exclusive limited edition Plunderling.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
So it's a purple, transparent.
That's dope.
He comes with a turtle backpack, spear, and a Viking helmet.
Nice.
Sick.
This was actually a last minute thing. I wasn't gonna get it, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
That's a good one. That's a good pickup.
I'm happy I got it. Shout out to Chubsy Wubsy. This is a great dude in the community. He owns a shop in Jersey. He gave me this. I made a purchase. I purchased my wife some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Nice. Such a humble individual. Check his website out. He has everything, bro. Everything. Okay. He's great friends with Mr. Stevie from Hasbro and also the Four Horsemen. So like under wraps, but he was like they're trying to make a figure of him. So that's something to stay tuned from. He's a great dude, bro. Great dude. All right. So before I show you my next purchase, let me tell you guys a story real quick. So we get online. We're waiting to enter the ToyCon, and Realm of Toys actually asks me about Storm Collectibles. Yeah. And he was like, bro, do you have the original ninjas that came out when they first started coming out? I was like, no, but I've come to terms with the fact that they're going to be out of my budget reach, and I'm okay with not getting them. I'll just wait for the Mortal Kombat 3 versions to come out. Right. Because they're so expensive. They go for like $300-400 a piece. Jeez. Until I got to the ToyCon. So I was walking around, you know, we were doing rounds in the ToyCon, and I saw this gentleman with some Storm Collectible original ninjas. So of course it doesn't hurt to ask, so I asked him. So he was like, you know, it's just the boxes are a little beat up. He was like, but they're complete, they're legit, everything's good. He was like, $60 a piece.
What?
So I picked up the biggest upset, I guess you could say, because I saved
60 a piece.
Yeah, I only got 2 of them because he only had 3. He had Smoke, Noob Saibot, and Ermac. Sunty, No Chewing picked up.
Grabbed all of them.
Well, I picked up 2 because I like to display the boxes from them. Right. And Ermac's box was beat up, and Sunty was like, well, I'll get it because I'm going to take it out the box. But I got Smoke.
Nice.
Smoke.
Bro, 60 fucking bucks.
$60. That's actually cheaper than when they released.
Yeah. And the dude was like, he was just trying to make his table back. Because, you know, you purchased the table at a ToyCon, and it was slow already. People weren't making the money that they thought they were going to make. Look, Noob Saibot.
Oh, that's
2017
so nice.
Comic-Con exclusive.
Holy shit.
Damn,
that's sick.
Bro, $60. So for $120, I saved almost $500.
Easily.
That's amazing.
Yep. I mean, even if you got them normally, they were 90.
Yeah. And then I actually, before I got on with Toy Addict for what is it? Movie Talk. I was like, I gotta take a picture of Noob Saibot. I gotta take a picture. So I took a photo, and while we started the show, I was downloading it and just messing with lighting. But let me see. There we go.
Oh, sick.
That's dope.
Damn.
Love the lighting.
That's a
His eyes red or
Huh?
are his eyes red?
No, his eyes are white.
That's a come up, man. Damn. That's exactly what we're talking about. Get what if you get something that makes you happy, you get something like that, it immediately puts you into let's shoot it mode, and that's what you should be buying your stuff for. It's ready to shoot.
Now I have to get the rest of the ninjas somehow.
Oh, you do.
But
That's
I was so stoked, bro. I think that was my best purchase of yesterday, hands down. Like
because
literally.
I mean, you knew you would probably, if you saw some mythics, you'd get that. But to find the Mortal Kombats like that, oh man, that's the super come up. That's when you know.
Yeah, that was a good surprise.
That's when you know.
I was happy. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like I had to like look at him when he said the price, and he was like, "I know, cheap, right?" And I was like,
right, yeah, don't accidentally talk him up because you're like scared by the price. You're like, but. Well, then I guess it should be 90. It's been like,
but I mean, I appreciate the fact that he was honest.
Just go with it.
I'm trying to make the table and I'm trying to make a little bit of money. He was like, the best way to do it. He was like, it's slow. People just keep circling. He was like $60, bro. I was like, yeah.
Damn, man, that's sick right there.
If the box for Ermac wasn't beat up, man, I would have
grabbed
it. Yeah, because like I said, but I display those. Thank you.
Rabbit's like, that's a good score.
Yeah, I have them on my shelf, but I love the artwork that's on the boxes, and I display them. So it's like, I couldn't have Ermac and see the shit all messed up, and I'm like, so I just leave it. And then I show something.
Right.
But at the price you got, those guys, you can now go get Ermac, and it won't be as much of a hit for the most part because it won't hit your wallet.
True, because I say
you got those guys for nothing. That's awesome.
Yeah. But now I gotta wait because of Legion Con. So like I'm trying to save everything else for Legion Con because I got big ideas with all those mythic legions I'm about to buy.
By the way, did Toy Father find a Sentinel?
Oh, so here we go. So I remember.
This is sorry, fast, but this was the whole thing. Is Toy Father in the chat was like, "Man, I think I need to get a Sentinel on it." And Blitz said, "You can find one maybe at the con."
There was 2 at the con, but before I get to both of those, well, actually, before I get to the second one, I will start with the first one. So the first one, the guy didn't want to budge. He wanted $650, which is technically what it's probably going around on eBay for right now.
Yeah, that's
around there, right? So when he arrived, he pretty much was like, "I'm not gonna get the Sentinel. I got my list of what I want to get, and I'm gonna look for those things." I was like, "Let's go." Him and No Chewing walked in with the intentions of not going to the Mythic Legion table. And Toy Father only purchased Mythic Legions at the Toy Con.
Damn, he went all in.
Yeah. I mean, he made a deal, a trade in Chubsy Wubsy, and he made a purchase there. But at the con, he only purchased Mythic Legions. Wow. And when I say he purchased, he purchased. I mean, we all went back to the table at least 3 times. Wow. Because they just kept taking out shit, bro. It was like if it wasn't there the first time, you saw it the second time. And if it wasn't there the second time, they had more shit the third time. I was just like, damn. It's like Christmas. I want more.
Damn.
More. I controlled myself as much as possible. And now we're going to go to the second Sentinel.
Uh-oh.
After it should have been, I believe it was the 3rd time we went to the table and everybody made purchases again at the table. We did a trip around. We took photos with Mr. Stevie and spoke to him. And then once we finished with him, everybody like scattered a little bit. He comes back and he says he found the guy who was selling the Sentinel for $425.
Wow, that's actually
which
pretty
is
solid.
Yeah,
bro. The guy, I'm assuming the gentleman just wanted to get rid of it at that point.
Yeah.
It was brand new.
Yeah.
It wasn't open. It wasn't used. It was brand fucking.
Damn.
Wow.
And he was like, if I didn't purchase all these mythics,
Oh,
he probably would have gotten it.
no.
However, I will say he's very happy with his purchases of mythic. He purchased the moose, and he purchased a shitload of figures. Yeah, he got the moose. Him and Sons, he got the moose.
Yeah. I saw that moose. I like that one.
Yeah, they purchased
That
a
moose is
shitload.
That moose is a sick. That
I
moose
try to
is
control myself as much as possible because, like I said, I went in there with the intentions only for the mythic horse. I wasn't expecting Storm collectibles because last time that's what I was looking for, and it was a dud.
Right. That's how it happened.
But I got lucky, and I purchased the Storm, the mythics that I wanted, and like I said, the plundering was more of a memory.
Yeah.
Like, it's a Toy Con New Jersey exclusive. Let me just get it. It's a memory for me knowing that, I could look back and be like, man, I went there and I met all these great people.
Yes.
And the throne, you can't have a Boba Fett without the throne, so I had to get it.
Yeah, you're right about that, damn it.
But man, it was an experience. It was amazing. Yeah, but Mythic cleaned house, man. And they never disappoint.
They're one of those lines that I don't think it's nice because they're a cherry pick line. You can kind of cherry pick what you feel kind of scratches your horror type genre or whatever, and then you can kind of step away from it, just get what you get, and you're not going to be disappointed in what you get. So it's like one of those things where Mythics is just one of those. They're kind of like a guilty pleasure because I stick to skeletons, vampires. That's a headless will be the one-off, but that's where I'm at.
And it's amazing because, I mean, since the last Toy Con, I've said it every day since. Like, if anybody asks me about Mythic, I'm like, they're for the people. They love to hear your thoughts and they love to give the feedback. And I'm gonna say two things about them. One, there was a lot of vendors that had Croconaw, which is the Motu version of Trapjaw. And they were like, he goes on eBay for like $140.
Yeah.
And they were selling him and the vendors were selling him for like 110, 120. It was a lot of vendors that had him. And people were asking the Four Horsemen about it. And they were like, you know what? And they put it on the table, $30.
Damn!
And
put
it
the
was
scout
like,
for the shame.
Yeah, it was like, we hear you. We know what you want. We're gonna put it out.
That's
now
awesome.
the second thing I will say, and this is why I say they're amazing fucking people. Amazing people. So we go to the sit down area, to discuss what we're gonna do next. We were already at the con for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, let's go get something to eat. So we're trying to figure out what we're doing. So we're talking about Mythic Legions because we all made crazy purchases. And at this point, we're talking about like what we like, what we want. And it's great because you never know who's listening.
What?
And there was a lot of people in the sit down area. So at that point, we've already talked about Mythic for about 15 minutes. And I can't remember the gentleman's name off the top of my head. It's been a long weekend. So we start heading out and we go see we're about to go to our cars and a guy stops us. And he's like, he's asking us questions like, you guys do toy photography, you guys collect, what do you guys do? And we're telling him, we're telling him who we are. Tell him we got shows and we know what we do in the community and like how we appreciate. And he was like, I hear you guys talking about Mythics. He goes, are you guys going to Legion Con? So we're like, yeah. So he starts talking, he keeps talking. He goes, I have a figure named after me. And it was I can't remember the figure's name, but it's the gold or bronze skeleton figure that's really hard to find.
Oh, wow.
That figure is named after him. And he's like, I'm one of the Four Horsemen. I'm one of the originators.
What?
Whoa. So the dude set us up pretty much. He was like, at Legion Con, he was like, when it's all said and done, he was like, we're all going to go and we're going to have drinks. And we're just going to hang out.
Oh, nice.
Dude. And I was like,
awesome.
I was hyped because it's like, he don't know us.
Right.
But you know what you seen, like, we made purchases, you see that we like, you see the positivity we're trying to bring, and you seen how we were talking about it, and he was like, I just appreciate you guys.
That's awesome.
And it was nice. And he was like, it's gonna be a party at Legion Con. He was like, we're gonna have drinks and we're gonna talk a lot about everything, and we're just gonna kick back and relax and have fun. And it was nice, man. It was nice.
Dude, that's actually awesome. That's you guys, man.
That's incredible, man. What a weekend, bro.
It was something special.
Like, hey, Terrell X Comics. Later, brother. Later. Appreciate you dropping in.
Appreciate you stopping by, man.
Nah, man, that's awesome, man. You guys, I swear, you guys on the East Coast get like so much. Like, we only get San Diego Comic Con. That's it. I mean, we get more than that, but that's pretty much.
That's like
you say only like it's a problem that San Diego Comic Con.
You know what it is? I think because Comic Con is once a year, as opposed to like, I wouldn't say we get toy cons everywhere, but like we've had 2 toy cons in Wayne, New Jersey this year alone.
Yeah.
And then like we know about Chris Con in Massachusetts,
right?
Which we're planning on driving out there for that one.
Nice.
And there's other toy cons that happen more than once a year. Like if you try to look some up, they're like, oh, we have one in October, we have one in the beginning of the year, we have one in the middle of the year.
Yeah, and man.
I think it's just because it's becoming more popular as you go, toy collectors and toy photographers. And it goes across the board. Hot Wheels, Legos, Funko Pops, action figures. Even, not for nothing, I've actually been seeing a lot of Barbie doll photographers lately. So even that is like it's spread across the board, and a lot of people are noticing that.
Yep.
So I think that's why we're getting more cons.
I actually just went to my first. Well, it wasn't necessarily a toy con, but it was a Collecticon. But that was my first one that I went to this year. They had a good selection of like figures and stuff like that, but this was mainly like cards, like Pokemon cards. They had a lot of Funko Pop stuff like that, but it was just really cool to see like the atmosphere and everything. That's where I met Austin St. John and Walter Jeffers. But yeah, that was really awesome. I'd love to attend one of the bigger ones, like what you guys went to, that was more figure based. Exactly. But yeah, they're awesome. I highly recommend them.
Yeah. It was something special, man. It's great to see what everybody's trying to do with them, and the improvement each time. Like, I think the biggest thing is that I love the fact that they like to hear your feedback and actually use that feedback to change stuff and do things better.
That's what they should be doing. That's how you please the consumer. What region are you in, Fast?
Chicago.
Oh, okay. So in Chicago, I know they have a few cons there, types of things.
We've the Wizard World, like that I think travels to a couple of the big cities. I mean, that's C2E2, and then again, like we just have all those kind of toy shows. The problem with a lot of those around here is it's like the markup sellers, the ones that are selling G.I. Joe Cobra Island for $50 and all that kind of stuff. So when you go to those, you will find those good sellers that you do kind of befriend and stuff like that. But we do have a lot of those really good brick and mortar shops, like the one that I got to work at for a summer and kind of get to go at every now and then. Like, you make those connections, and that's like a great way to get the stuff that you want without having to pay those ridiculous prices. Like, I almost feel like it's gotten to a point where people are collecting less and just trying to sell more.
Nice.
And that's kind of like, since the pandemic, that brought out a lot of collectors, but it also brought out a lot of those resellers that are just trying to get everything for a buck.
Yep.
Scalp City.
Yeah, it's insane. Like we had this collector group that I know, This kid joined it, and he was pleading for this was like a while back when like Major Blood came out and everyone wanted that figure. And he was like, "Oh, I want it, but I don't want to pay the markup and everything." And like one of the dudes like, "Oh, I got you on an extra $25." He meets up with him, gives it to him, and this kid posted in another group for like $60.
Oh,
and like dude, like everyone just like kind of put the hammer on him. Like, first, you're out of the group, number one, but number two, like what did you think you were doing? Like, here's people trying to help you. You have that sob story and all that, and you're just gonna try and flip it.
Trash.
Damn, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, yeah. It's that's the thing, man. It's like it's.
There he is.
It's oh man, Toddy Mac.
I got him in a lazy pose.
Toddy Mac on the attack. Oh,
he got double jointed elbows.
I unboxed this guy. I didn't notice the back of him is actually pretty great. Probably, and again, the great thing about customs, not of course being too PG.
That's awesome.
We'll get a good one with that eventually.
That's so cool. Oh man, yeah, it's yeah. I mean, the thing is that like I'm glad that there's not like in my area we have there's a pin collectible store that it's got tons of crap. That's where I'm able to pick up Mythic Legions, and they're usually pretty much maybe $10 more than they are when they first come out. But they have them. And then there's this thing called Frankensons, which is it's every week. It's Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and they have stuff there. It can sometimes some of the vendors there try to mark it up, but a lot of times you can negotiate with them if you just want to talk to them or whatnot. But it's always easier if you can go to the direct con that's the backer of that particular toy line. So I mean, you guys out there, Blitz, you got it made to be able to go to a Mythic Legions based con, and they're right there. That's right where they are. So you can't really. That would be like if Hasbro had a con and you're right there where Hasbro is at. I think our retarded brother, he was always able to go to Hasbro because it was right there in Connecticut, close enough for him to like go to it. And so that's always a plus if you can actually go right to the stores. See what's up. Yeah, it doesn't take long, but taking it easy on them ankles.
That's why he's in a laying down position, because I can't get him to stand.
Oh man. Laying down because he can't. Toddy Mac. See, here's the thing, man. I want to love the DC characters because I love DC characters. I just wish he made them better. And I'm excited about Black Adam this weekend. It's just I want to buy a Black Adam figure, but I'm not gonna buy one. What's the point? Unless maybe they release a Mafex or I don't know, a Mezco or something, then maybe I'll buy it. But I'm not. I think I see people buying the Black Adam because they want the throne, but it's like $20 throne. I guess you could pick that
I
up.
almost did today. I almost did. I had it in my hand and I was like, nope, putting it back.
It's tough, man. It's tough to buy that Toddy Mac. You just don't. You're opening the box. You don't know what you're in for. See, you have to imagine you got lucky, Blitz. It didn't break. You opened it. It broke.
That's why
it was meant to be
on that Batman animated series, the one with like the rooftop and the lightning, because that figure is so damn top heavy. It's like, how is he even going to stand up there? Like, unless they have some
pencil legs.
Yeah, unless they have some post form and those small ankles too. Like, I don't know what the proportionality on that is, but it's insane.
It's Toddy. You see, actually, it's probably like. I think I know a lot of his ankles and his wonky proportions is probably from him hanging out so long with Rob Liefeld. Like they're buddies. So it's like, I'll make my fingers like you drew them, bro. Let's do it. And then that's
can't draw feet.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just, I want to love McFarlane. It's just tough, man.
He just gotta get it together.
Comment of the day.
The Batman who skipped legs.
Skip leg day.
All right, that's good.
Man.
That's good.
That's
win.
my buddy right there. He's
He
your
came with it.
clown.
He came with the goods. Comment of the night, man.
That's dope.
That's why he's grinning. Like, I skipped leg day. Yeah, man. It's Toddy Mac. I don't know. We'll see. So we also like to go in too fast. Like, what do you got coming next? What do you got pre-ordered? What are you looking to maybe find in the wild? What's the next toy that you're?
Man, it's so funny because like again, I have so many like figures that I wish I shot more with. Like I have more Mescos than I really know what to do with at this point. Like it makes me mad to that point where like I wish I could shoot them more. Like the Ghostbusters are so great, but I will say this: like the last time I took them out, like some Mescos are really delicate. Like I snapped one of their proton packs and I was pissed. Yeah, because it's just like the thinnest little metal like on them. Like they're really intricate. So it's like it's hard, but again, like I only have like the dioramas that I've made. So either I need to like start buying some more or making some more because a lot of my dioramas are like I have a Toys R Us one that I made. That was the first diorama I did. And then like kind of like a saw basement. And then like a living room or a bedroom, whatever. So again, like my shots are kind of limited to that because I don't have the best, outdoor area to shoot. But I ordered and I, thinking of Mezco and their pre-orders again, I ordered the Dick Tracy 2-pack a while ago, but I don't know when that thing's coming. Like, Dick Tracy's one of my favorites. Actually, I got these a while back.
What you got?
So these were from like way back when they did the the old movies and everything, and like they like make the Tommy gun and the police siren noises when you roll them. But I thought these would be good to shoot with like Batman animated series or something. Or even like Hammerhead or something from Spider-Man.
Yeah,
they actually scale pretty well too. So
damn.
Yeah, and that's like getting the cars again. Like any sort of car that can scale well with 1/12 is like such a hard thing to get.
Yep. Yeah.
For a while, like all I could shoot was the Slambulance, and I like played that out. I felt like that thing's collecting cobwebs now. Like they need to do another car. I feel like
they do, man. So wow, that's okay. So you got it.
But other than that, like I'm a big fan of NECA, and I know they're doing a lot of like the Universal monsters and stuff. And
that's
it's
right.
My favorite have always been Invisible Man and Creature of the Black Lagoon, and that's what they're actually finishing with in that line. Actually, I think they still need to do Dracula, but those they've done a really, really nice job on.
Are you getting any of those other dudes? What is the toy? Is it Jada that's making the other Universal type monsters?
I haven't gotten any of those. Like, I feel like I've just stuck with the NECA on them because I feel like their paint job and everything looks a lot better.
Yes.
Like those other ones look a little too cartoony for me, or like
they do.
Kind of cheap. Also, I don't want to say that, I guess, without really having them, but kind of how they look.
Right. Man, what you got coming, Green?
Well, my Super 7 Raph was supposed to come today, but
you dived into that. That's right. You dived into
so yeah, dude, those Super 7s are awesome.
Is it the disguise one?
No, it's just the regular Raph, but yeah, it's the nostalgia factor for me. Like, I had a bunch of the old school figures when I was a kid, and these just hit so hard, especially with like the turtles. Like they each come with like the old school, old school Playmates vintage head, and then it comes with like a more modern head, and they package each figure with their old school weapon trees that they come with.
That's right.
They're amazing. But he was supposed to come today, so hopefully he'll be here tomorrow.
Nice.
That'll be 2 turtles down. I have Leo.
Oh yeah, I got that Leo. I had to get Leo. He's my favorite.
He was the first one. Yeah, they're really good. I'm really impressed.
NECA Turtles, I just had to like stop on. Like it was almost a heart attack. Like every day seeing a new release and being like, you know, like that was one again that I have so many of, never really shot. So I kind of, for me, was just like I have to take a break from these. It was again that huge nostalgia factor because they are perfect renditions from the cartoon, but it's just every week is another one. It feels like
it's a deep dive, my man. It's a deep dive.
It is.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, other than that, most of mine are supposed to be slated for like November, December, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Because I have I got the Super 7 Dragon Zord pre-ordered.
Nice.
I got a couple Marvel Legends. I got Beast, Apocalypse. Got the Moon Knights pre-ordered.
Right.
But yeah, it's just a waiting game at this point.
Yeah, that's how it goes. What you got coming, Blitz? I mean, just waiting on the
nothing.
Waiting on
nothing is coming until further notice. But I don't think I have anything else coming.
Yeah.
That I could think of off the top of my head. I don't know. Anything coming soon? No.
Right.
But everything else will be definitely going towards Legion Con. Once Legion Con is over, I'll decide what I do from there. Pre-orders will be up for grabs again. But yeah. Other than I'm trying to think if I have anything coming. I mean, I have some Black Series figures on pre-order. That's about it, and some WWE Legend figures on pre-order from Target. And whatever Mythic Legions I have pre-order from Big Bad. But other the Storm collectible Mortal Kombat from Big Bad too. But other than that, nothing else.
Yeah. Speaking of Big Bad,
keep it that way.
He's right about waiting. Finally, the Hush Batman that I really want, he came, so they should be shipping him tomorrow.
Nice.
Because I wanted I have the blue and gray one, but that cape, I mean, it's workable. That MyFX one, he's workable, but obviously the better one is the black and gray. And so he finally came back in the stock at Big Bad and shipping him. And so hopefully I'll get him by next week, by next Friday or something, or this Friday, I guess it would be. Because I'm excited for that. Other than that, nothing. I'm like you guys. The only waiting game I'm waiting on is for freaking Hasbro to send me that damn Galacti. I need that Galactus that notification. Give me that damn dude. Because that's it. Like besides him coming, that's all I really need to show up. Because that's going to be just like with the Sentinel. My wife's going to be like, so we're getting a car seat for this thing. What are we doing with this? Yeah. I don't really want anything else to show up but that in the meantime, because she's gonna be like, all right, okay, so we'll see. But that's about it, man. I'm telling you. And look. Speaking of Primar, I hate Target's pre-order system. My Tiger Force app, but about that Outback, I think hundreds of people got that same notification about him being delayed. I'm assuming they're saying it may be canceled. It's crazy, man. I don't know why Hasbro continues to want to deal with Walmart and Target like that with essential figures.
I haven't had an issue with pre-ordering from Target. I mean, but I mainly pre-order like WWE figures from them because they're harder to get in the store once they release in New York than anything. But I mean, for the most part, whatever I've pre-ordered from them WWE wise, I've gotten no delays, and when the release date comes, is the release date comes, and I get it. So I mean, maybe it's the figure.
Yeah, I mean,
my Tyranno Ranger.
I mean, you can speak on that. Green.
I mean, like a year and a half on pre-order.
Target. Yeah, we'll see, man. Well, again, I hope you end up finding them somehow, Primary. I mean, it sucks because it looks like you and hundreds of people are going to probably have to get them on eBay or I don't know, something. Because Target really dropped the ball on that with Hasbro. They really did. So I don't know. And it sucks because that Outback is different enough that he's not just a variant. He's actually completely different from the regular release Outback. So it sucks that people can't get that. But yeah, other than that, man, yeah, nothing on my radar either. I got the headless. I'm happy. Just waiting on a couple things.
That figure is amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait to get this dude. He's gonna be. It's Halloween time. It's good, and I'm kind of like fast with Headless Horseman. It's just I remember that one fable so much from childhood that it's like it really resonated. So.
Oh, and that old Disney cartoon was actually pretty twisted. If I
love that one, man. Yeah. I love that one. I'm hoping.
I think with. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I'm hoping that this is like not a one-off for Mythic, that they start going into like release like I don't know, Medusa or something like it's like you're diving down these really well-known mythical creatures. Give us another one, man.
Well, that I was just gonna say, like with Legion Con coming, they announced like exclusives for Saturday and exclusives for Sunday that they were going to have, and you have to attend both days in order to get those exclusives, which is amazing. So when they announced the Headless Horseman, nobody was ready for that because it was something unexpected. Because everybody's thinking you're focused on the exclusives you have for the con, and then when it was announced that it was an in-stock item, that was like shit. So it's the Headless Horseman figure with the horse. And you have it in stock, and nobody was prepared for it. I'm sold. So I think that they're going to continue to surprise us with, like what you said, maybe a Medusa, or maybe a certain type of monster figures, maybe a dragon somewhere down the line.
Oh my God, that'd be nuts.
And it's gonna be like subtle announcements, like that was. Like that was an email. Stay tuned. And then it was like, bam, Headless Horseman, and bam, it's in stock. So it'll ship next week. So it's like, I think they're leaning more towards doing stuff like that. But exploring it out or spreading it out too.
It's a great way to do it, man. It's a great way to do it. I mean, you're actually paying attention. I mean, you said it earlier, but they're paying attention to their consumers. And that's a good thing, man, nowadays when money's got to be moved around or you've got to do whatever. The economy is the way it is. It's cool that a company's out there listening and going, okay, I'm actually going to pay attention to the consumer and try and throw them a bone here and there versus like I'm going to act like it's 1998 with the consumer Hasbro. And everybody's got tons of time and money. Let's just play around. That's Mythic. They get kudos for that, man. They really do. It's like, and in all fairness, Mesco does it every once in a while too. They'll just drop like, here's something. It's in stock. It's right now. You can get it. No wait, whatever. I think their biggest thing they run into is with the licensing of other properties, and I think they get ahead of themselves. They bite off more than they can chew, and it's like, man, you might want to get that license figured out before you announce these figures that are going to come out, and then it's like 6 years later and they still haven't showed up yet. It's like, because they're okay with their in-house stuff. Their in-house stuff comes out immediately. You're good to go. You got it. But the license things, who knows when you see them? See them when you see them. It's like, damn. So yeah, hopefully more toy manufacturers are paying attention to what Four Horsemen's doing, man. And it's good that because those are some of the more original sculptors, original dudes. I mean, those are some of the old school guys that came from doing Motu classics to their own line. So, yeah, man, more people should pay attention to that. You know. Oh, Toy Addict says Jersey Devil would be dope. That would be dope. Like, just give us more supernatural.
The Chupacabra.
Chupacabra, yeah, any mythical creatures that have the legends behind them, that'd be sick to do. We should do that.
I think we're gonna get a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Like as
That's
time
really
progresses,
good.
like we're gonna get mythical creatures. We're gonna get
Cyclops.
Mm-hmm.
Psycho,
Dude, that kind of stuff
yeah.
I would buy in a heartbeat.
Ooh, that'd be dope. That would be dope, man.
Big one.
That'd be sick. Yes, big one. That'd be dope as hell. Wow, I'd buy that. Yeah, I'd immediately jump on a Cyclops. That'd be sick. But yeah, man. Fast. Thanks for joining us, man. Fast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, guys. It was a lot of fun. It's been a pleasure, like working with you guys and getting to know you. Like I said, your support's meant a lot. So this is awesome.
It, back at you, man. Back at you, man. And anytime you want to come on, let us know. Anytime you want to go on the pick bar and pick out some shots and jump.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let me know again.
Yeah.
We'll always be down.
Open territory. We got open door policy with Lazy Boyz and Pick Bar, man. It's just it's open. Whenever you want to jump on, it's no thing. Even if you're in the chat, you jump on, whatever. That's how we do it. But Blitz is gonna give us the spill, man. He'll take us to the church. It's Sunday.
Fuck this before now. Let me start.
Instead of the mic drop, sticky drop.
I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Fast Eddie, thank you for being on with us. I think you have amazing talent and amazing creative mind when it comes to your shots. And I look forward to seeing the more you do and the more you put out, because it's amazing. You have me laughing when you send me some of your photos, because it's just like, it's fantastic. And, and it's like, keep going, man. Keep going. It's the creative mind that everybody brings to their photography is something special, and it's unique because nobody can be duplicated. And I say that all the time. Nobody. If Thor had this figure and he knows how much me and him both hate fucking McFarlane, I bet you me and him could both take the exact same pose, the exact same shot, but they will both look completely different.
Yes.
So keep pushing, man. Keep pushing and going forward. It's
absolutely.
Like I said, I love your work. I love it.
It means a lot, guys.
Ditto.
Anytime, man. Anytime. And if anybody in the chat ever wants to be on with us, just reach out to one of us. Like, we love having people on. It's always great when you meet somebody on Instagram and you see their photography or their collection. You have conversations with these people, but it's another thing to actually have them in a video chat or even in front of you and be able to get to know the person behind the camera, or in this case, the phone camera, because you guys rock with your cell phones, because I can't pull that shit off. But we wanna see more people come on and just tell us your story. We love hearing these things, man, and you never know, like this helps boost people's interest if they ever wanted to try toy photography but nervous to do it. Like, we want to break that ice. Like, Absolutely. Go for it. Like, this is what we do, and it's spread around all over in the toy community. And we also, like we saw Thor said earlier, we have YTG Pick Bar, where we appreciate toy photographers throughout the community. And we discuss the photos that we picked, and we have guest hosts on. If you guys want to do guest hosts, or if you guys want to just pick some photos of people that you think we might have overlooked by accident, because Instagram is pretty big, shoot us some information. We would love to show them on the Pick Bar. I mean, get people's names out there so people could see their work.
That's right.
But we got Toy Talk coming tomorrow night. I'm pretty sure Toy Father and No Chewing and Toy Addict are pretty much going to brag about New Jersey Toy Con tomorrow. No Chewing just sent a video of what he purchased in the last 2 days, and I'm like, wow. But anyway, Fast Eddie, thank you again for coming on.
Yeah, guys, thanks a lot.
Having you on.
It was
a lot of fun.
Next Sunday we got another episode of Lazy Boyz, which is gonna pretty much be shooting the shit. Oh, he got off. What happened?
Oh.
Well, that was sudden. But yeah, we got Lazy Boyz next Sunday. Yimbo will be on, and he'll be doing his review show as well.
That's right.
Yeah, man, we got the Pig Bar this week. We got 3 more guest hosts. They're gonna be appreciating the community. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, man, it's always a pleasure being on with you guys. And yeah,
likewise, my man.
And shout outs to
lazy. Go ahead.
I was just saying shout outs to Nick, Rob, Tim Mullen, Cliff Beringer, let's see here, Samurai Chris, Toy Addict, Melissa dropped in. Let's see here. Who else? Unworthy dropped in. Terrell X Comics dropped in. Let me see who else. I want to make sure we get everybody. Rabbit's Den dropped in.
I think I broke the fucking McFarlane figure.
Crime Artist. And yeah, man, we had a lot of people dropped in, man. All right, what? Wait a second. Hold that up real quick.
Oh shit! I don't think I broke it. I think it popped out. But his arm, I was trying to like move his arm.
Oh man, come on. Oh man. Hey, Realm just joined us. What's up, man? What's up? Really?
Oh no, it popped out. I thought I broke it. I was like trying to put a dynamic.
Right.
I was trying to test the limits.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time a McFarlane limb fell off on camera.
Yeah, be the 80th time. But thanks everybody that joined us, and yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Blitz. I just want to make sure I shouted.
No, you good, man. Yeah. Once again, thank you everybody for joining us. We had a blast. We always do, and like I said, if you guys want to be on, hit one of us up. We'll be more than happy to have you guys on. And like, we try to think ahead. We try to schedule people just to keep going with the flow. But we'll always make room for people. I mean, this is what we do. This is a daily for us. But yeah, man, it's time to stop being lazy, everybody.
You heard the man. We out of here.
Good night.
Losers, everybody.